He's back, baby, baby. MC Recovery in the house. Wow. So I waited till some more news got out there about this clown, Ratchet Crockett, Jasmine Crockett, as you know, some of us call them, and especially the women, they be getting in there. Hell. So subscribe over here. And I mean, we finna get this show cracking. Boy, I mean, these receipts and everything look rather odd because on what kind of campaign trail, if this is going to be the Democrats' new leader or a cabinet member for the next Dems, I really feel sorry for the Dems. A lot of individuals talking about she's fake, she was raised this way, and now all of a sudden, all this hooping and hollering, talking about plantations and picking cotton. So let's get to the show. You know what I mean? Let's get to the show. I don't know what order I'm going to go into some of this stuff, but man, it's buck wild crazy out here, for real. So let's get to the history section. Let's get to clicking this up in there. And I'm going to see what I'm going to pick first. Jasmine Crockett, nowhere to be found. Yeah, that was the first one I seen today. So get them to act. Could there be fraud? Allegedly some fraud or some donations, Craig. Fair use. This is that LV Nation.
We've been talking about for a very long time. Democrats and even some Republicans to a degree. I know that you guys.
And hold up for a minute. And this was posted April the 10th. And today is April the 11th. Wow, this is going to be way out.
Watching this would agree with me on that if they're doing insider trading or if they're receiving money from these sources, especially, this has to do with Act Blue. How much money has she received from there? Well, the investigation has been opened. She's nowhere to be found. And ladies and gentlemen, we got to talk about this because apparently she received, right? Let's see. Right. FEC opens investigation into Jasmine Crockett for illegal donations.
Check out this. And it say illegal donations from Act Blue. Sheldon Daniels, who ran against Crockett, found $16K from an elderly couple who said they never donated to her.
Act Blue. Sheldon Daniels, who ran against Crockett, who's running against Crockett now. Make sure to go check this guy out. This is the guy that can replace Jasmine Crockett. So apparently they found $16K from an elderly couple who said they never donated to her. So apparently there's a whole bunch of money being found that was never truly donated to Jasmine Crockett, but she got the money. So again, usually she's everywhere, but now she's not really posting. She's not really making noise. This is crazy. And again, this is supposed to be the party. This is supposed to be the party leader. This is like the voice of the Democrats in 2025, right? This is supposed to be the future, and now all these investigations are now going to be open. So again, Representative Jasmine Crockett of Texas, under FEC investigation over Act Blue campaign donations. There's a couple out there that have no idea. They have no idea where that money even comes from. And this is not something that's new. Again, this is the man who's running against Jasmine Crockett. Sometime in the very near future, we've spoken about this guy before. This is Sheldon Daniels.
Lord.
Take a listen.
All right, guys. So I'm about to go to Randy Best's house, introduce myself, and just ask them straight up if they contributed to Jasmine's campaign, if they contributed that amount, and why they like her so much, because I might be able to learn a little bit of something while I'm up here. I'm way up here in Collin County. I'm in Plano, Texas, very far from TX30. It's very peculiar that somebody up here would give that much money to a candidate in our district. Maybe they have a special connection to the district. Let's go find out. I'm not going to film them. I'm not going to put any faces or anything on there. I'm just going to have my camera down at the ground. I'm going to be standing in a public, area in open air. I'm just, recording what's going on around me.
So again, this is the guy running in the same district as Jasmine Crockett. Again, we have legitimately spoken about him before. This guy has a good shot on replacing her, but he's doing something that I would do if I was running against Jasmine Crockett. And this is awesome. This is amazing because he's going out to the people that have donated this money to see if they really actually did and what's going on with Act Blue. And now we know the FEC has launched an investigation behind this, but he's actually going out there to go find out because the people that have been donating the money and Act Blue, they're nowhere near TX30. But again, let's continue.
Let's see what happens. Here's the house right here. Here we go. How you doing, ma'am?
Just listening.
I'm not here. I'm not a solicitor. I'm attorney Sheldon Daniels.
Okay.
Is there a Randy Best who lives here?
That's my husband.
Yeah. I just want to verify. Are you guys aware that you were charged over $16,000 last year? I have a list of charges. I'm just here to verify that you guys know about this. $16,240 in political contributions to a candidate named Jasmine Crockett. Do you remember that at all? Not. Does your husband remember that at all?
I don't know. He's on the road on his way to Colorado.
Okay. It says here that he's not employed. Is he employed now?
No, we're retired.
Okay. I can leave this with you if you want. It's got your information on it.
Yeah, you can leave.
So,
Just leave it on the table.
Yes, ma'am.
she said just leave it on the table.
You mind if I take a picture?
Go ahead.
All right. Thank you.
So as y'all see,
Okay, guys. So I just drove by the home of this Randy Best guy. This guy, he's a 73-year-old retiree, unemployed.
so you know, these are the shenanigans that's going on. Some seeming rather odd. What do y'all think? Because hey, he took a picture. That's he did an Amazon thing. That's like stuff that you know we normally do when we serve papers and stuff these days. But now he did it just the way Amazon do it. Proof that the paper is there. The lady said it was okay. Got recorded the conversation, but still, see, it's going to be a lot of skepticism. Well, you know, I hope I'm saying it right, but you know, skeptics out there. But check this out for your skeptics. Here's some more that's coming around the corner, and I mean, like, you know, it's like. She's out there talking a lot of boo-boo stuff. And it's like our boy, let me give him a shout out, our South Central attorney at law, Dennis Burley. Why, when it comes down to going after someone, this political plantation voting bloc, the Dems, always seem to hike up, dig up, political leaders that shares my complexion and of the opposite sex to always be the attack dog. Because last year she was on the Jimmy Kimmel show and stuff like this because of some stuff. But check this one out right here, and it's coming. Fair use. She was on a lot of talk shows last year. And I guess that this is the spin that they were looking for, and they probably already coached her and said, we're going to have to use you if Kamala don't win the election. And apparently that seems like what happened. Now, here's what's on the thumbnail that's going to blow y'all away. Fair use. Get ready. I don't know where I should go. Coming up.
So we're back, y'all. Thank you for watching today. Go ahead and hit that like button, people. You know, it helps us out a ton, and of course it helps you because it helps us. Now,
fair use.
Y'all,
and this is the Paralegal Institute.
You know, we said recently that Jasmine Crockett, it looks like she was going to be under investigation, and now looks like that investigation has been opened. Apparently there is a FEC investigation into Representative Crockett and certain campaign contributions that were made to her election campaign. Now, this is reported by the Daily Signal that says FEC opens probe of Representative Jasmine Crockett donations. The Federal Election Commission opened an investigation into firebrand Representative Jasmine Crockett regarding donations to her 2000.
And look at that, $870,000 of fraud by Crockett campaign. What kind of campaign?
24 campaign made through Act Blue, a Democrat fundraising powerhouse organization. Now, if you are not familiar with Act Blue, you really need to watch this very brief piece by the Washington Examiner. Many people are saying that Act Blue was nothing more than a money laundering and money funneling organization. And listen, I'm not making that claim, but that is the claim that's out there right now. Just watch this brief 1.5 minute piece by the Washington Examiner to get more information.
Act Blue, the Democratic Party's key fundraising platform, is under increasing scrutiny amid allegations of fraud and illegal activities. Republicans have accused Act Blue of collecting money through deceptive methods, sparking congressional inquiries and a series of staff departures. The platform, which has processed over $16 billion in donations since 2004, is facing claims of foreign money laundering and financing terrorism. Notable accusations include failures to verify donor identities, which could open the door to fraudulent contributions. In response, Act Blue has implemented new credit verification value requirements, but loopholes still remain. Representative Andy Biggs has called for an FBI investigation, while Representative Darrell Issa has urged a treasury.
And the funny thing about the Act Blue symbol in the office, it reminds me of the airplane folks.
Probe into allegations of ties to terror-linked organizations. Act Blue has also been linked to groups that have supported violent protests and anti-Semitic activities. The platform is now at a crossroads as it must navigate these serious allegations while maintaining its role in Democratic fundraising. Act Blue has not responded to requests for comment.
The Washington Examiner. Well.
So the Coolidge Reagan Foundation, which is a conservative advocacy group, made an FEC complaint on March 26th, and on April 2nd, the FEC notified the foundation it would review the matter and notify Crockett. Quote,
so, in other words, family, y'all may want to go over there and check out that, because I mean that is really a hell of a spell, because it's like that's on the page. And I'm gonna put the rest of that there, because this person, he is a lawyer. He been on the lead attorney show. I've been on the lead attorney show. You can find my video real quick when he speak about South Central, Nipsey Hussle, the death. I'm on those shows, and I'm on some of the early shows. The lead attorney, and this is one of his legal friends right here. I mean, and this is his other channel, I believe, and it's called the Paralegal Institute of Washington, D.C. So he's out there. So those receipts right there just landed in his lap. I'm quite sure of that. So go over there and check it out. So, we up to the 12-minute marker. I might can squeeze in one more play. And we finna go over here, and we finna check out one more play. See what our boy Anton Daniels has found, because his cracked me up too. See, his is more, I'm talking about here, y'all new star. So, fair use on this part. And we're going to Anton Daniels. He got like 3 pages. So,
understand these grants. How is Trump withholding funds? Well, again, a lot of these universities get grants from the government. They get research and development grants from the government. And they use that. They're supposed to use that for specific issues, right?
NPO.
Some of them research different use cases when it comes to vaccines, for example. I know the University of Michigan at one point was getting a lot of funding from the federal government for what they would define as a smart city when it comes to the technology that's put in the roads, right? They had research to develop a stronger concrete that lasted longer, or, they were automating certain cities to where it created the infrastructure for us to have cars in the future and electric cars. And so they take that money and they use it for what they deem to be research, grants, development, important things that they think is going to change the lives of the American people in the future. But again, I believe that a lot of these same universities was getting a lot of their funding and then using it for diversity, equity, and inclusion and inclusive programs, especially when it comes to things like sex changes, right? Another thing that was happening at the University of Michigan and Ann Arbor is that they were very progressive in the sex change industry when it comes to children. This is a fact, right? Their hospitals was leading the research and leading the procedures when it comes to changing or the transformation of children from a boy to a girl or a girl from a boy or whatever, so on and so forth. And one of those young people have now grown up and they've been going on tour and they saying, listen, y'all just need to hold up. I'm having a lot of complications. I don't know if this was the right thing to do. It probably shouldn't have changed had me going through these therapy sessions and these changes with my body and doing these procedures when I was a child because I regret it. Now, what the Trump administration is also doing is they're saying, if these universities want to continue to push not merit-based programs, but diversity, equity, and inclusion, what we're going to do is we're going to withhold funding. That's when you seen Obama come in with his little speech and said, hey, but y'all got these huge endowments. That comes from alumni, that comes somewhat from tuition. It also comes from
don't
grants.
get all that. See? His stream is going to be extra thorough. Extra thorough. So it's a lot of DEI things. So the audit is not only the audited to sniff out fraud and abuse and wasteful spending on stuff that when Joe won for the presidency, we can really see he was not calling these shots. So who was calling the shots? And let's end it with this right here.
Of her recent comments regarding illegal immigration and why she feels it is necessary. And then President Trump talking about her rising star. Watch this.
Because it's like she's rooting and upset about these immigrants, meaning they wanted to do some super cheating.
Fact is, ain't none of y'all trying to go and farm right now.
Like I said.
Okay, so I'm lying. Raise your hands. You're not. We done picking cotton. We are. You can't pay us enough to find a plantation.
How about this new one they have, their new star, Crockett? How about her? If that's their new star, they're in serious trouble.
Okay, so what do you think about her comments, David? And
that is the most ignorant thing that I've seen a black woman say that is a public figure this year. If that is not one of the most underhanded. Oh, man. Y'all seriously support this woman? Are y'all seriously supporting Jack? No. Honestly. I just want to know, are y'all, who in here is a fan of Yamin? Who in here is a fan of Yamin? I just got to know. I got to know. Who is a fan of Yamin? That is one of the most ignorant people that I've seen in a long time. A long time. So stupid and ignorant. That woman needs hope, bro.
And President's reaction to her.
Black women just don't.
Look, this woman's a complete fraud. Either she's a complete fraud, or she was a fraud when she went to her private school at $35,000 a year, or whatever the final cost was, to Rhodes at over $55,000 a year, and now she's pretending to be a hood rat. Look, I don't like Sheila Jackson Lee, but at least she came from the Fifth Ward in Houston, and while we disagreed on politics, she came from a truly poor and crime-ridden neighborhood, and that was part of her district. Jasmine Crockett is a performative politician. She's a fraud, and if Democrats want to follow her, I say go ahead. I want you to follow her down that path, because Democrat deconstruction and destruction of the party is okay with those of us who are sick of this. And when I leave here, I'm not going to go look for a cotton field or all of these other things she claims that blacks are not doing anymore, or that illegal aliens will do. She just lies to promote herself, and because of her, the party will fall even further.
It's going to be fascinating to watch because you have her, of course, you have AOC, and you have Bernie Sanders,
And AOC is out there with Bernie Sanders. So thank y'all for showing up. I mean, these YouTube streets is no joke. I'm telling you, boy, it's a whole lot of receipts. People be getting emails and clicks and things in their DM to do their shows. And I mean, like, I figure I put on the card dealing shirt with the spades and jokers. And I just can't believe that this political. This is the first time in my life really seeing when someone gets elected. This is real early to be campaigning and trying to pivot courses to win in your in the losing party favor. all over an audit that the Democrats brought up first, the recovery.org, the probing of the wasteful spending. But as the way things look now, we probably, even when the Obama administration and the Clinton administration was about to do it, we wasn't going to be seeing what we could have seen. And then they got all this inside trading type of hanky-panky going on, manipulated of the stock market. And it was real funny right before Trump came into office. Look at the soaring egg prices. So with that, I'd like to say thank y'all for really kicking in. It's some more stuff I can show on other people's show, but it would be repeating the point of, hey, you just had a lesson of, like, supposedly, allegedly, these are the ways that, the Democratic Party, and you could say the other party, could put aside some funding, do other kind of favors for different companies. But what I was blown away with the Act Blue is that some of the campaign contributions went to marches. So maybe what we heard earlier on these TikTok shows and some of these people have been getting paid to show up to campaign rallies and this, that, and another. Because like last week they had all of that marching. Man, I didn't see none of my friends out there marching and protesting about those Teslas and this, that, and another. This don't make no sense. You're gonna buy a car and then you're going to destroy it. And it's real interesting that the cameras made sure that they show that destruction and that supposed to ignite and trigger. So what I like to say, hey, if you somebody I know, what is the use of going out there marching when we already didn't march for some other things and we didn't get what we want? So now this is supposed to do it. Look like the Dems honestly believe that they're really working for their party. Honestly believe that we're fighting to stop what? What is they stopping? See, that's the main factor. What is they really trying to stop? Because so far, some of the stuff that they try to stop wasn't stopped. And I like to end the show right there. So think about that and put on your thinking cap. And I'm out. Subscribe.